Hey guys, what's going on? So, I've been dreading doing this video, but if more and more people are going to watch these, then I think it'd be good to get out there. I don't personally enjoy talking about it, and I know people don't like hearing about it, but we're going to talk about my dreaded ex and how she's been trying to ruin my life and is still currently attempting to ruin my life. So me and her, technically we broke up October of 2019, last year. And, she's been with me for 6 years. I've supported her completely. She's had a couple jobs here and there and, did what she could when it came to it. But other than that, I've supported her pretty much fully for the entire 6 years. Every car that me and her have had together, I've paid for. Every house that we've had together, I've paid for. All the bills we had, utilities, electric, water, sewage, internet, phone, cell phones, home phone, food, everything we've had, I've always done. I've made damn sure she didn't go homeless. Before I get too much into this, I'm going to let you all know I'm going to try and figure out, I think I know how, but I'm going to try and disable the comments for this video, and just this video. It's probably going to be part 2, maybe even part 3, I don't know. It's a long story, and it's all happened within the last year. But these videos won't have comments on them, so nobody can get on there. If anybody knows me, they're not going to be able to mention her name in the comments. I don't want drama. I just want people to know what I'm going through and how pissed it makes me that women think that they could do it. Well, they don't think they can do it. They can do it to anybody. So anyway, so we broke up last October 2019. She didn't have anywhere to go. She didn't have anything on her own. She had nothing. So we were trying to stick it out. I'm going to hide a couple details too. But I let her stick around until she could find something on her own. She was applying for housing, and, at the time she had a job, and, we were trying to get her out, on her own. The house that we had, it was a single wide trailer. It wasn't much. It was a little 2-bedroom. But I was paying for it. The utilities was in my name. The internet and everything was in my name. That was my house, basically. I was renting it, but it was still, everything was in my name. So, I think it was March. The COVID really kicked in, and work started slowing down. We started getting our hours cut because we weren't allowed to just go in and work shop time, because corporate office says, hey, no, we can't have you guys huddled together inside of a building. So I started spending a little bit more time at home. We had a little extra money, so we decided that we were going to go to Danville, Kentucky. I'd found a box of like 200 something movies, and I love having DVD collections. So I found a couple boxes, actually. It was like 2 boxes. It had 220 movies or something like that. I was buying off the guy for like $80. So I drove down to Danville, picked him up. She went with me, and on our way back, leading up to that, You know, I was paying her phone bill, and, you know, we had an agreement. We were still going to sleep together, but if we started talking to or messing around with somebody else, we were going to let each other know so we can stop doing things together. You know, because we were still living in the same house. Neither one of us wanted the other person to bring somebody else home. So it was a mutual agreement. We both agreed on it, talked about it, you know, agreed to it. It was fine. But she was always on her phone, like constantly on her phone. She was on Snapchat, you know, all these other sites, whatever. And she was always hiding her phone. We could be sitting on the same couch 2 feet away from each other, and she'd be kind of leaning over here while I'm sitting right over there, and she'd be leaning this way, texting people. Okay, from my experience, something's going on. She hasn't come out and told me yet that she's talking to somebody new, even though we agreed to it, and I'd been perfectly fine if she would just came out and fucking told me. But no, she had to keep hiding it. So anyway, we were in the car on our way back, and her friend, female friend, you know, it's my previous co-worker's ex-wife. Me and him were buddies, and her and his ex-wife were friends, you know, since they were married. Yeah, she was talking on the phone with her friend, and they were talking about her kid's birthday party. And she was asking her if she was going to go, this and that. She got off the phone. It started simple. You know, I just came out and asked her, because she wasn't telling me shit. So I just came out and asked her. I said, you know, hey, is whatever guy you've been talking to, is, you know, he going to be there? You know, for my clarity. Because I didn't want to do anything with somebody that's doing something with somebody else, you know, if that makes any sense. I don't want to sound like the bad guy, but I really just wanted to know for myself. You know, I could care less, you know, it would end the agreement, and, you know, she would have to find something sooner and go. You know, I was being courteous enough to give her a place to stay until she did find something. You know, most people, they break up, they just move out. You know, you go your separate ways. I knew she didn't have anything, so I let her stay. You know, screwed up of me, right? Forgive me for being so gracious. So anyway, she completely flipped her wig about it, and, you know, bickering led to arguing led to fighting, and this whole snafu of whatever. And so I pulled over on the side of the road, and I remember getting in her face and screaming at her, because, you know, she's just blowing her top on me for asking. You know, like I was accusing her of something. It wasn't that I was accusing her. I already knew. I was just trying to get her to tell me. And I didn't actually accuse her of talking to somebody else, but I did say, you know, is the guy you've been talking to, is he going to be there? Because I know she's been talking to somebody, or else she wouldn't be tilting her phone away from me. You know, she's had access to everything of mine. She's had all my passwords to everything I've ever had. She knows all my emails. She knows all my text messages. You know, if my phone goes off, she knows about it. And I was okay with that for the 6 years we were together. Not once. See, I'm an Android guy. She's an iPhone person. And she, you know, I've always bought her, you know, the iPhones that she was wanting, and I don't know how to operate iPhones. I mean, I know it's not much different than Android, but there's still the operating system, you know, getting to certain things and knowing where things are is just not my forte. I don't know anything about iPhones. So I never did bother with it. I trusted her. You know, I'd always questioned her, you know, this and that, and she always gave me a verbal confirmation, and that was always good enough for me, always. You know, I never once snooped through her phone, ever. You know, but she always went through mine, always. She caught me talking to one girl. Okay, you know, we were talking, nothing happened between us. I never even met the girl face to face, ever. I wasn't talking about having sex with her, nothing like that. Another time, she caught me looking at a picture. And it wasn't a picture somebody sent me, it was a picture on the internet. I wasn't watching porn or nothing like that, but, you know, I clicked on a picture. She caught me. I didn't have anything to say about it except, you know, sorry, whatever. You know, you caught me looking. Big deal. All right. So, anyway, so she blew her top. I pulled over on the side of the road. Like, I slammed my brakes, pulled over, and I started screaming at her face. You know, she's sitting there swatting at me while I was driving, and I didn't want to get into a car accident or nothing, so I pulled over on the side of the road. Well, I told her to get out of the damn car. I didn't push her out of the car. I had my seatbelt on. I didn't even reach over, open the door, nothing like that, push her out. I didn't do any of that. I pulled over on the side of the road. I stopped. I started screaming at her. She finally got out of the car. I got out of the car, walked around to talk to her. She starts walking up the damn highway. And, oh, before that, you know, she started punching my window. After she got out and closed the door, she started punching my window. And that's when I got out to talk to her. So, the basis of the story, she accused me for pushing her out of a moving vehicle. You guys, I'm taking my sunglasses off. You guys gotta see my facial expressions for these. She accused me of pushing her out of a moving vehicle. She accused me of beating the daylights out of her. So when she started walking up down the road, okay, I'm not gonna leave my car there. So I jumped in the car and I started backing up. I'm backing up the line. I'm watching this mirror. I'm not even looking over there. I see her in my rear view. She's way back there. But I'm looking in this mirror to, you know, cars passing by. So I'm looking over here and I'm literally riding the line. Okay, and I see her in the mirror. So I jump out and start talking to her again. Explain to her, hey, calm down, get in the car, we'll talk. Or stand on the side of the highway, we'll talk. Whatever she was wanting to do, we would do. She accused me of trying to run her over. What? No. I didn't try to run her over. I backed the damn car up so the car wasn't 6 miles away. That was ridiculous. And then somewhere in the police report, apparently she had told them that I threatened to kill her with a gun or something. Guys, I've never owned a gun in my life. I've explained this in one of my past videos specifically for this reason. I've never owned a gun because my life gets down, and when my life gets down, I'd likely do something stupid to myself. So I've never in my life owned a gun. Not against guns. I've said that before. I like hunting, I like shooting, I like target practice. I like shooting trees, just random stuff. You know, I like shooting. But I won't personally buy a gun because if I get down again, I'm going to do it. So yeah, I've never owned a gun. And apparently, you know, when the cops came, I'll get to that in a second. So she won't get back in the car. She's threatening to call the cops. And she actually calls the cops. She's sitting there on the phone, reading them my license plate. And I'm sitting there explaining to her, get in the car, we will talk. You know, cars are going down the highway, it's loud, it's noisy. Get in the car, we'll talk. She wouldn't do it. I said, all right, you know, whatever. She's like, I'm calling the cops on you, you're going to jail, blah, 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 blah. I said, for what? I didn't do anything. So anyway, you know, she just kept blowing her top. And I wasn't going to sit there and listen to it. And I knew I did nothing wrong. So I said, all right, have fun. Your friends can come pick you up. I'm not sitting here on the side of the damn highway. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Who knows how long. I think it took the cops like 45 minutes to get to her. So yeah, I wasn't going to sit around and wait 45 minutes for somebody. If she didn't want to calm down by then and talk about it, then there was no reason to be there. I was not running from the cops. I've had a clear record my entire life. I've been a railroad contractor. You got to have clear background checks to the government with them. I was a explosives technician, and for that you got to have next video. Hold on.